Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grasshoppers. Oh, what a rough Monday it was. The whole world is falling into hell in a handbasket. As my father often said, the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket. This is our last chance to enter the event before round 5 starts. If you're not in it by now, I was really upset with the latest American Chess Magazine piece written by a very disreputable journalist by the name of Pete Timborough. His undertones in this article really do put the rights of women and possibly minorities and youth under a dark cloud. I am going to make another attempt today to read this article through because it was very hard to stomach when I was reading it the first time. I'm referring to the latest article with Jakob Aagaard on the cover. Beautiful cover, by the way. Beautiful cover. But I only hope that American Chess Magazine allows Jennifer to print her side of the story in the next issue. That would only be fair due to the 3 to 4 page diatribe with no pictures, absolute drivel, written in support of the U.S. Chess Federation, who, while taking means to protect themselves against any further lawsuit at the expense of their members, basically very upsetting to me. Now, I admit my personal connections to the chess world and the support of women is not unbiased. After all, I have 2 daughters. I completely understand where they might be coming from. But I also know that the Chess Federation and its nonprofit status should basically be revoked, to be honest. Now, does knight e5 in this particular position? Getting back to the chess, knight e5, knight takes e5, rook takes c8. We don't have anything on f7 because we actually have to recapture on e5, as it turns out. But still, I think I would have to go for it. Now that g3's been played, there are fewer weaknesses on the back rank. Let's just go with knight e5, knight takes e5, rook takes c8, knight f3 check, king g2, knight e1 looks like a perpetual check as we don't have any way of stepping off so easily, as queen f1 check against king h3, and king h2 might run into queen f1. Nope, that's wrong, because after queen takes f7 check, it's made on g7. So there is something to be said here. Knight e5, knight takes e5, rook takes c8, knight f3 check, king to g2. Ron went in an entirely different direction. Do we double rooks? I think we have to. He's choosing to go in this direction, keeping the pressure on f7 and on c8. Knight to d4. Rook takes d4. Looks good for white. Ron is under a little bit of pressure here, Dragoljub. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I didn't realize how small this board was. It's good that we fixed it now, before the game actually begins. And why are our letters and numbers so small? This is as far as it goes, without being too large, too discomforting. So, knight, 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 knight g2, knight e3. This looks reasonable enough. Knight g2, knight e3, knight f5, knight e7, knight g4, knight g2, he's taking steps to consolidate. There are opportunities on the king side. Rook to c6. Rook to c6. Now run. Oh, I'm sorry to see that, because we had queen takes, knight takes, rook to c5, and the game should not be lost. Hopefully he's not watching the stream and getting distracted by my commentary. Mad Quick Chess, how are you, bud? I don't know where you stand on this. I don't know if you've even seen the latest American Chess Magazine article. But it is very despicable.
Met Quick Chess said just back from gym trying to do more 2 days. Pegasus
Nice.
SVE said too slow. Met Quick Chess
Yeah.
said unaware of articles listening.
Yeah, no, Pete Timborough, who I've had my differences with. I actually unfriended him on Facebook maybe as long as 10 years ago. I unfriended him because of his racist undertones in his Facebook posts during the Obama years. I basically said, that's it, I've had enough of him. I only put up with him for a period of time because of his friendship with former Chess Life editor Glenn Peterson, who is an absolute sweetheart of a fellow and absolutely never meant to hurt anybody, and was always interested in giving more people opportunities to voice their opinions in the pages of Chess Life. He was probably the best editor of Chess Life that we ever had.
Said I rarely unfriend, unblock, but had to block Terrell.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened? Where are we? We are trying to bring up our d4
Met Quick
presence.
Chess said he went crazy in Bahamas.
Oh no.
Met Quick Chess said back in December.
Alright, we're going to go for the French defense. If our opponent wishes to play the French and a paraphrasing of Tigran Petrosian, we're going to let him.
Met Quick Chess said guess you didn't see that video about him and Sophie and 800 Strange.
I didn't see it. I did not see it. Perhaps you can enlighten me through a DM or something. Can I go this way? Check, 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 check. It does seem like everything is covered. Should we go for Queen E2? Maybe I should have hesitated on castling kingside until I clarified this situation. Let's just reinforce our center. Put more pressure on A6. Maybe we can play it this way. Try to prevent our opponent from putting pawns on white squares. Why not? Let's see what we can do. Alright, I will check it out. Well, let's just lock down on the queen side a little bit more. Wow, he got that in. Did he get that in? I don't think he actually got that in. Well, that was interesting.
Met with chess. Said gots to get it in.
Knight takes, queen takes, bishop takes.
Nicodonius. Said where did the queen go?
Where did the queen go? That's a very good question. We're going to leave him with his This is going to tax his playing ability. Rook e7 looks like it should be enough, but after check, check, and check, that will be the end of the road. Queen f6, king g7, knight takes d7. He does have two rooks for the queen, but I will have a queen and a knight, which could tax his playing ability immensely. I don't know that he really thought that one through. Let's go back in time for a moment and just see exactly what was happening here. I enjoy this position because of the piece play involved. I'm almost always taking on c5. Normal is bishop takes c5, but he committed his bishop. So in this position, more than likely, bishop f4 was much better. Just preparing queen to d2 and castles queenside, h4, h5. But I played the rather lackluster castles kingside, and after knight c6, bishop f4, now I'm worse. So in this position, computer felt knight b5, obviously with the idea of playing c3. Rook E1. No bishop F4 because there won't be any pressure on this pawn, huh? Alright, so meanwhile, G5, G4 because I've castled, he has G5, G4. Indeed. Fortunately, in this particular instance, A4 should be weakening. Queen to B6, further weakening. Bishop takes H7 check. King H7, Knight G5, King G8. Wow. So we have it here. Bishop takes G5, Bishop takes G5. Lackluster compensation, but we always have our lift, I guess. We have the threat of playing. And check. Yeah, bishop takes H7, not what it was all cracked up to be. And still I have bishop H7, King H7, Knight G5, bishop takes, bishop takes. E takes F6 is the correct move, and I was expecting queen takes F4. Bishop takes H7 check. Wow. We get the whole thing all over again. And it's going to be very, very dangerous here. Rook E8, Knight G5 check. King to G6 is forced. And Rook E3 and over. Well, I learned something in that particular instance, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm always going to stand up for my friends. Even when they might be in the wrong. They deserve their opinions. But I will check out the video between Tyrell and alright, let's talk about what type of wrong I'm willing to go for here. Basically, in the interest of their own opinions, I'm not going to stand up for my friends in the case of, let's say, murder or anything extreme. But in general, the rights of women are important. We are one family in chess, and we deserve equal respect in our community. Equal treatment.
Met Quick Chess. Said Vape.
Occasionally. I'm under a lot of stress lately, so it helps calm the nerves a little bit. I'm very against smoking. Alright, Ron.
Met Quick Chess.
I wish I didn't know that I was
Said
playing
tobacco
you.
or...
Yeah, just normal old, nothing too fancy. Wow. Interesting. 5H4. Can I ignore him? Let's go this way. counterattack the center very, very quickly and rapidly. Quickly and rapidly. Can I ignore him? I want the center pawn. How about that? Yeah, maybe this wasn't the wisest of choices. No, queen to b3 check was going to be much harder to meet. Oh, it looks like I'm in trouble because of queen f3 check as well. And bishop a3 check. Let's see what we can do here. Ah! Ron is shredding me. Ron is shredding me. I think that has to be -5. I think it was -5 before that. I liked Raven Stewart's opportunity here. Queen f3 check wasn't as strong as queen h5. b7 is hanging. So where did it all go wrong? In this particular position here, e5 is correct. Queen a4 check and h6 I both expected. And I should just recapture calmly with h takes g6, even if I'm not going to get castled.
Pegasus SVE said what happened after h4.
No, I played pretty well. I think I handled it properly. So they're saying I didn't need to do that just yet. I could have put more pressure on it. Takes, 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 and then e3, e5. Fair enough. And then it all went downhill when I didn't recapture because g takes f7. I have to play king e7. Oh my god. And on bishop h3, king f6. Queen f3 check, bishop f5, bishop d3, egads folks, queen a5 check, egads. What a horrible position that is. Let's check our... Oh, 1 second. Before we go anywhere on that one, let's check our status on our openings. We're still 6 games behind with d4. So we have about 6 to 1 ratio. We've got a lot of knight c3s to go. Catch up. Knight f3, f4. F4 needs 48 more to get to 500. I'm way behind with English openings. So Ron was asking about h4. c5 and bishop g7 are both correct. I wasn't planning on playing h5. I did want white to lose even further time with the h6, h5, h6, or h takes g6. I just failed to recapture. This is just a waste of time if black hasn't castled.
Pegasus SVE said him soon 450 games then 500.
Indeed. c4. Ron Hay is white. How about that? Ron is pretty well balanced between the top three. I think he's mostly played c4 against me on average. Knight f3 is where Ron is lacking. He's doing really well with b4 though. Probably that's me bolstering his statistics. Ron is doing pretty well all the way down the line. Both of us suffering with knight a3 a little bit. As black against e4. I'm sorry, against d4, primarily knight f6, e6, d5. The top three pretty balanced evenly. c5 is an anti-London on the first move. Uh-oh. Ron is pretty well balanced. You can look up other people's opening repertoires and follow them if you'd like. You should do this with Koneblad. Nico Demonius. So is b4. Well now. Should we? Should we mess with him? I think we have to. We have to mess with him. We've come this far. Knight f3, queen c2, knight d5. We've got knight to b4 check, queen to f6 check. Whoa. Is he threatening to win my queen? He is threatening to win my queen. So we're gonna need it out. Could I have waited? Knight d4, queen f5. So far, so good. I think we've escaped the worst of it. Queen b7, knight takes b4, no good. Queen b7, queen to c4 check. He was threatening, almost threatening that. Piece coordination. And now for something completely different. Small threats. Almost a touchdown for Nico. Yet another creative defense to b4. One more creative defense to b4. I'm so sorry, Nico. That can't possibly have been good, right? What I did was no good. You had to play knight c3 instead of knight h4, right? Knight f3 was somewhat forced, I felt. Let's put this back on my name. I'm having a tough time getting that as black. Queen to d5, knight f3, e4, knight h4 was bad, knight c3 was best, and I was going to play queen to d6 to tag this pawn. Yeah, actually, it turned out quite okay, actually. Even better than I could have hoped. But I would not have had such an easy game after knight c3. This is a reversed, accelerated dragon trick and tactic. e3, it looks as though I'm very close to winning material anyway. Knight f3 needed to be played, I feel. But maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. Knight f3, perfectly reasonable. f3 was what I expected. That is the main line. f3, obviously. This is colors reversed in the accelerated Dragon. c6, queen to b2. Could have played b5 straight away. Yeah, b5 straight away would have been more circumspect. Bishop f3 and still b5, but we exchanged. We played b5, queen a5. I could play queen c2 straight away. Knight to d4, knight to d5. All of this is well and good. Threatening queen to c4 check, exchanging queens. Knight a6, best move. Knight takes b4. Queen c4 check was not the best move. Very unusual. Got a to e8. Oh no. That's awkward. Threatening queen takes and knight c2 check even if the queen could defend it. Yep, followed by the simple exchange here and here, and I'm up a rook. What? That's it? Never had a chance to get even close to the podium. Thanks to Ron Hay and his brutal second place finish. All's well that ends well, I guess. Thank you, Ron, for being here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Hay. Nico, Mad Quick Chess, if you've not yet followed, now is your chance to do so. Add to our follower goal. It's a little bit shorter and sweeter. Please subscribe on the YouTube. We're getting closer to monetary status. I'm going to have to get rid of all of the previous videos. All of the previous videos are going to have to go because apparently the Common Creative License cannot be monetized.
Set office bell when to play.
When is it happening? It didn't happen yesterday, right? Yeah, they haven't started this one. I meant to nudge Asios yesterday, but I had such a rough day, both scheduling-wise, teaching-wise, that I didn't get to fix. Secret Tarash's birthday was actually today. I overlooked the fact that Monday there was no tournament. It's because of the weekend ending with Saturday and Sunday, and Monday looks like Sunday. On my calendar, I have to fix that. It's not helping me. Cheers and ciao. Please make sure you join the Discord. And also note, by the way, our new link for Outpost Chess, our global chess community. You can support the dojo by signing up for Outpost Chess. It is free to sign up. And you'll be registered through Master Chess Dojo with Outpost Chess, and it's a great thing. Truly great thing. This is the link in case you no longer have it. What happened there? What happened there?
Pegasus SVE said, thanks for all John Chapter 4 nights English, have you good games to look. Pegasus SVE said, with G3 G6.
I also like to play it with. I actually have to fix this link in the future tournaments, right? Let me just make sure this link is set for future tournaments. Maurice Ashley's birthday is tomorrow. Outpost Chess, our global chess community. Do I have to have that link at the end for it to be Outpost Chess, source, lead chess, and medium equals Master Chess Dojo? Let's try that and see what we get. So now if I click on the Master Chess Dojo address, copy link address. Wow, it really doesn't show the hidden thingamajiggy, does it? In fact, it doesn't show it as a legitimate address at all. So therefore, let's take off that last hash mark. Maybe, just maybe, we'll put it into MooBot exactly the same way. Custom commands, outpost. How about that? There we go. Outpost. Create the command outpost. Join our global community.
Pegasus SVE said, https www opening treecom is great for lichess and chesscom. Pegasus SVE said, Master Chess Dojo link OK.
Thank you, Ron. Save that up. Let's save that one up. Let's check our outpost link. Well, I didn't do that part. I didn't include the link. That was silly. Where is that command? Custom commands, edit. Alright, now it should be saved. There we go. Player organizer. So when you do sign up, you'll basically be able to be a part of the Outpost chess community, promoting more and more, and they have quite a number of opportunities to organize tournaments. We were going to look into this, and we are going to do it the best we can. And we are going to offer prize money and promotion periodically, perhaps for the world champions' birthdays. And they will contribute to the prize fund according to the source that contacted me. In any event, we're going to raid our good friend GM Toms so that I may be on time for school. Whoops. Cancel. That was not the right one. I did not copy the whole address. That sounds better. Much, much better. Jim Maurice Ashley's birthday in just a few hours. Thanks everyone for being here. Cheers and ciao. If we get to the train before 6:10, we are in business. Thank you all for being here. Cheers and ciao. Mad Quick. Andrew, great to see you. Let me know what's up.